Yes, that is right. Right. Night one was ass. 2 packs of ass.
Hear me good, nigga. I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
3 letters. 1 word.
Ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
3 letters.
1 word.
Ass. Just straight ass. So much ass. All that Megan Thee Stallion. All that Mariah Mills ass. That WrestleMania night 1. Just like last year. Ass.
Ass.
Ass. Ass.
But anyways, though, we gonna get right into this. Chisel Adonis put out a video talking about night 1. I was actually watching this along with Chisel, so there's that. But I cut him off during the matches because he was ahead of me. So yeah. But so far, man, night 1 was ass. Only 2 good matches out of the night. Other than that,
Ass.
Ass. Ass. Ass.
anyways, though, without further ado, let's get right into this. I'm recording this off my old computer, but the footage that we're getting is coming from my new computer. So I'm testing this out with the Elgato right now. We gonna see. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
All right, so boom. I'm the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. But of course, you already knew that. And we just got done watching WrestleMania 42, Night 1, Saturday. And let me tell you something right now. It was absolute ass. You've got to be kidding me. This is WrestleMania, and it felt like a Raw or SmackDown super show. This is supposed to be the culmination of the entirety of the year. Post-WrestleMania 41, reaching WrestleMania 42 to close the chapter. Instead, it feels like we're more confused post-show than we were entering into the program. This was a 2-match show. Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, Gunther, and Seth Rollins. Those were the only 2 matches that were better.
That was good up until the end. Once we got to the end of that Seth and Gunther match, which I thought was the most unnecessary match, but I understand you had to put both of them on the card. But that ending, nigga.
better than good. And you can argue there were the matches that were good that maybe were even subpar. The first match of the evening, the 6-man tag match, which I believe, and I said this on the record already, should have had the tag team championships on the line, albeit it's a 6-man tag, but we've had moments throughout.
That was a decent match. That did what it was supposed to do. I will admit that. That was the match that was supposed to do what it was supposed to do. Supposed to have a celebrity match with a celebrity or a famous person. Let them get the shine. Get them in, get them out. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody goes home. The match did its purpose. Wasn't supposed to be a 5-star classic. Was supposed to be something to start the show off entertaining. All right. Good match. Good match. Speed showed him. Speed showed out. That's what I will say. Speed showed out. Other than that, on to the next one.
WWE history, where you had the titles on the line, despite the fact there were more individuals in the match than just a regular traditional tag team match. But you had Logan go turn on I Show Speed at the conclusion of the match, Speed ultimately jumping, or I should say getting galvanized, if you will, from the Usos and LA Knight to jump through Logan Paul to put him through the table. That was a very cool moment. It was a solid match to get the show started. The Usos once again remixed their theme song, Talk About You and Me, Oos, like they didn't have an original theme on the same beat. What are we here nor there, one way or another? I feel like the title should have been on the line so the Usos can mess around and get that title back, and then we can close the door on the motherfucking Vision, but ultimately the Vision is back, starting to, get a resurgence, if you will. I'll talk about that in a little bit for obvious reasons. Fast forward to the second match. Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu. Very solid match. I'm a little bit disappointed, only because it's an unsanctioned match that just felt like a regular traditional street fight.
Exactly. I'm looking at the I'm waiting for the unsanctioned part. There was no blood. None of it. Well, no. I take that back. Did Jacob Fatu get bust open? I don't remember. But wasn't blood like that. They didn't. It felt like a regular schmegular no DQ match, if anything. Other than that, though, this was a good match for what it was. Very good match for what it was. I will say that. Very good match for what it was. Other than that, though, I give that match I give it a B plus. B plus. That match was definitely a B plus. The first match with Speed, it did its job. I give it a B minus. Entertaining, good way to start off the show. But the next match was a B plus for sure.
With the addition of different weapons, like a toolbox, it didn't feel like a full-on unsanctioned match. Like they didn't do anything that kind of had you clutching your pearls, gasping even. It just felt like a regular street fight with a little bit of heightened use of weapons. Yep. Kind of fell flat from what we were expecting it to be, because it was building towards a fever pitch. Jacob Fatu costing Drew McIntyre the WWE Championship and his opportunity to main event WrestleMania. I just felt like they were going to take it to another level, and they didn't quite get there. But it was a good match for all intents and purposes, right? And overall, having the first hour of Mania on network television, or I should say on national TV on ESPN2, that was a good call. You have I Show Speed, who happens to be a global phenomenon. It makes sense that you would have him on the opening match, so everybody who is a fan of his would be able to go and tune in, and casuals would see an individual who happens to be able to garner millions upon millions of views work in the ring. That was a good call on WWE's side, right? But then fast forward to when they officially started the show exclusively on ESPN. The tag match, Fatal 4-Way for the women. Here's my first thing, right? Nikki Bella unable to participate at
Paige coming back was cool. I will say that. Paige coming back was cool. I still remember them tapes, though. You freaky ass nigga.
You's a freaky ass nigga.
I remember them tapes, Paige. I remember them tapes. I remember them pictures. Hell, dog. That girl a freak.
You's a freaky ass nigga. You's a freaky ass nigga. You's a freaky ass nigga.
You what?
But other than that, though, it was good seeing Paige back. Outside of Paige coming back, taking the titles off of Nia and Lash Legend was stupid. That was stupid. Come on, dog. Didn't nobody ask for that.
Stop it. Get some help.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
It's unbelievable.
Try. What more do you want from me?
The fact that the Bellas won, because for those of y'all that don't know, the only reason why Paige came back is because Nikki Bella is injured at the moment. So because she's injured, that led to Paige coming back and helping them win the title. I did not like that at all. I wanted Lash Legend and Nia to retain. Maybe Paige teams up with somebody else. Anybody but the Bellas, bro. It was anybody but the Bellas. I wouldn't have mind if Bailey and them won. I wouldn't have mind if Sasha's in a whole nother program, bro. What are you talking about? I mean, Charlotte and them won, or Nia and Lash Legend retained. But no, had to give it to the fucking Bellas. In 2026, in the big 2026, the Bella Twins with Paige are the women's tag team champions.
Just put the fries in the bag, bro. You washed.
Stop it. Get some help.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
What more do you want from me?
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. They never like to see us win.
What did he say?
What the fuck was that? Try.
I'm saying though, really, that's what we doing. The Bellas in the big 2026.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
It is what it is.
Fuck no baby. Fuck no baby. Fuck no baby.
Fuck out of here.
WrestleMania. Thank the heavens we don't want to see Bellas, right? But that's my own gripe. That may not be your gripe. I just don't like the Bellas across the board. I would have loved if the Kabuki Warriors took their slot, because how the hell is Asuka not on the WrestleMania card? How the hell don't we have Io?
Exactly. How do we not have Io and Asuka at WrestleMania? That makes sense. That's been building up. You've been building that up since SummerSlam. You've been building this up since SummerSlam. And we don't get a conclusion for that. At WrestleMania, after Io was arguably in the best match of WrestleMania last year, and now she's not even on the card. Triple Fraud gotta go, bruh. Triple K gotta go, bruh. Ruining the product, bruh. Them and TKO, both of them can go. Get the fuck out of here, bruh.
on the WrestleMania card. But that's neither here nor there, right? Shit, I could talk about Tiffany as well. You got the 2 women's champions from last year, both of them not even on the card, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about what we saw on the program, not what we not saw on the program. We had the Bellas ultimately have to come out last because the surprise of the evening is Paige returning to WWE. I absolutely love it. I'm over the moon that Paige is back. I'm just so disappointed that she had to win the tag team championship aside of Bella. Because here's my thing. What would have happened regarding Paige if Nikki Bella was actually available? Would they have ran with the storyline that I believe they probably would have went with? Have Paige return as a surprise on Monday Night Raw? Have AJ retain in the next match that I'm going to get to? And then ultimately surprise AJ once again and take the IC title off of her? I think that would have been the much better story. But given that Nikki was unable to go and you have an opportunity to have Paige show up once again at Mania, I guess that was the right call. But nonetheless, the irresistible forces looked amazing. Going into WrestleMania, they absolutely dominated the field. They looked like $1,000,000. They carried the tag team championships with valor. It looked magnificent. And I thought either they retain or Bayley and Lyra get the victory because Bayley's been getting
all that amazing work with them just for them to lose the titles to the fucking Bellas.
At WrestleMania since post WrestleMania 40 because she had a phenomenal match against Io Sky, but last year she got screwed out of participating at Mania. Becky Lynch went and took her spot. All year long it felt like we were waiting for Bayley to go and snap with this bipolar gimmick. Never actually happened, and then they just mess around and just lose regularly in this goddamn match. Didn't feel right. The face-off between Charlotte and Paige was pretty cool. A nod back to the Divas era, if you will. 2 of the individuals who pioneered in that give Divas a chance, a movement, the women's evolution movement. It was pretty cool to see that face-off that was there, but I just felt like Bella's getting a title championship. I just feels weird to me. I just didn't like it, right? But the match was decent. Fast forward, AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. First and foremost, Becky Lynch's entrance. I don't know if they were lip singing or if they were actually attempting to sing where the band was singing her out, but they were completely off key for the first half, and it felt incredibly rushed. And I'll talk about things getting rushed in a little bit, but it felt incredibly rushed for the most part. But Becky made her way to the ring, and then AJ came out with a platoon of little girls who were attempting to skip. Is the best way I can explain.
I ain't gonna lie, I went to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom as soon as this match started up. As soon as I saw Becky, as soon as I heard Becky music, I immediately said, "Oh, time to take a bathroom break." By the time I came back, the fucking match just started. So I was like, the entrances was that long to the point where I could go take a piss and come back.
To aid in skipping her down the ring. There was one little girl who unfortunately must be an offspring of Zorro from One Piece because she never quite made it completely out of Gorilla. She went from the left-hand side and then re-entered on the right-hand side. If the girls were there to skip towards freedom down the ramp, is she still in captivity? Where is the whereabouts of the young girl who couldn't make it through the stage to make it to the ramp? That's neither here nor there. The match was decent, but again, felt incredibly rushed because 3 of the first 4 matches of the evening all were sub 10 minutes. This is WrestleMania. Why are the matches feeling so incredibly rushed? I can understand the tag match that includes I Show Speed because he's not a wrestler. And because you want to have him involved in the match, you can't have a 15-minute some match and expect to have him involved, heavily. That's there. And on top of that, given that you're trying to leverage the celebrity, you don't want a scenario where he's just standing on the apron the entire time. I understand that. The unsanctioned match, you could have had that match run a little bit longer, maybe to 20 minutes, but obviously you could get a lot done in 14 minutes. I just wish they heightened the intensity nonetheless. The tag team match, that could have been a 10-plus minute show, showcase, but for whatever reason it was under 10 minutes. All right, cool, no problem. But AJ and Becky, this is something that's been building since WrestlePalooza, and it's over in 8 minutes and change. Now, albeit, can AJ give you a 15-minute, some match? Maybe not here at this advanced stage, given she's been away for 10 some years. I don't know if she has the conditioning to go and pull something like that off, but nonetheless, it felt so incredibly rushed. This is WrestleMania. At this point, we had maybe a total of 30, 40 some, maybe 40 minutes and change of professional wrestling, and then outside of that, a grandiose amount of ads, but we'll touch on that in a little bit. Fast forward, now we're past the midway point of the show.
You don't find that suspicious?
We get, ultimately,
you don't find that
the one-on-one face-off between Seth Rollins and Gunther, and this match here was absolutely phenomenal. I don't know if Seth came out looking like Lucifer.
This was arguably the best match of the night. If I had to give it a grade, well, the other match, the tag team match, giving it a D. A D because the Bellas won. Because the Bellas won, I'm giving that a D. Yeah, I'm giving it. giving that a D.
Try.
The Becky and AJ Lee match.
Just put the fries in the bag, bro. You washed.
You light my fire.
Try. You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? What the fuck was that?
If we go to prison, that's all like whoop-de-doo. Why?
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
You're done. You're washed. It's over.
Yeah, get that match the fuck out of here. But Seth versus Gunther. Yeah, that's gonna get the highest grade tonight. That's a A plus in my book. Nah, not an A plus. The ending. Gotta penalize for the ending. I give it an A minus. A minus. That's all they get. They don't get too much. But I'm gonna definitely give that an A minus. Seth versus Gunther was an A minus for a match that was pretty much unnecessary. For that match to be as unnecessary as it was, that's an A minus. A minus. Good match. Great match. They cooked. They cooked. That's all I'm gonna say. They cooked. They went out there and cooked. Show for show. The counters, the back and forth, the intensity was there. Everything was there, but then the fucking ending. The fucking ending ruined everything. And what I mean by the ending ruining everything, I'm basically saying that ending ruined everything, bruh. Because it was like, is this nigga Braun Breaker hurt or not? As soon as I saw Braun Breaker come out, immediately I just went,
Sway.
that's all I was thinking in my head.
Sway.
Like, nigga, is you injured or not?
Man, you know what? I'm tired of you. I'm tired of this shit. Hell no. Trash ass nigga.
The man had in some sort of all-black contacts. Nobody knows how the hell he got the contacts out. I think he turned around and probably took them out. I completely missed it because the ESPN app was lagging all evening long. But nonetheless, they get into the action, and it seemed like Seth was adopting somewhat of a new character. He was playing what my childhood, Adonis, wanted my gimmick to be if I ever were to become a professional wrestler, that of copycat. So whatever style of wrestling you happen to do or whatever moves you happen to go and perform, I pretty much counter by hitting you with the same move you attempted to hit me with or you did hit me with. Because every time Gunther hit Seth with something, Seth responded with the exact same move. And it was a masterclass professional wrestling match. The only downside I had with that match was the ending, because it felt very rushed. Earlier in the match, we saw Seth Rollins hit a pedigree right into a curb stomp, and Gunther kicked out at 2. What was leading to the finish of the match? Seth has Gunther now on the announce desk. He puts Gunther through, or I should say he hits Gunther with a pedigree on the table. The table doesn't break because it's indestructible, right? It only breaks when we want it to break. And we're gonna put it together after the match so that it makes it seem as if damage was never done. Leave the announce table broken. Nonetheless, pedigree on the announce table. Fast forward, curb stomp onto the announce table. Gunther goes down. This is the second time he's taken a pedigree into a curb stomp. These are 2 finishers. These are 2 finishers that was done by a 14-time champion in Triple H. And what is it, 6, maybe 7-time champion in Seth Rollins. as well, right? Gunther should be laid out. Referee, obviously, because, you know, the count out is now by the referee's discretion now, rather than regular traditional. We're going to start counting out regardless, right? But Gunther is somewhat laid out. Ref goes to go and check on him. Here comes Braun Breaker.
I thought this was a career match. I thought that they made this a career match, but I was wrong. I thought this was a career match. I didn't know. I thought that Seth had to put his career on the line. Like I said, I wasn't watching Raw or SmackDown. I was just watching the highlights. And then I'm watching what other people are talking about. If somebody said, well, he's going to put his career on the line, so it's going to be obvious that Seth's going to win. I was like, that's weak. But it was just a regular smegular match. But then again, if it's a regular smegular match, how did it not end in a DQ when Braun Breaker came out and speared the shit out of Seth?
Sway, sway.
Man, you know what? I'm tired of you. I'm tired of this shit.
Saying.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Saying.
With a super spear. Welcome back. Everybody's tweaking. We having the time of our life. He throws Rollins back into the ring. Gunther somehow is immediately able to revive. Somebody gave him a Senzumine. He enters into the ring and chokes out Rollins. We should have had a situation where they were both laid out for a little bit of a time. Rollins still somewhat disheveled in the middle of the ring trying to get, his wits about him while Braun Breaker outside of the ring. Gunther finally is able to get inside rather than immediately going for the cover or maybe immediately going and locking on to the doggone, powerbomb, or I should say the headlock. Maybe he goes and connects on a powerbomb and then goes into the headlock so you at least have time to go and sell the pedigree into the curb stomp. It happened so incredibly fast, you would have completely forgot they was already going through 15 minutes of action and countless different high-risk maneuvers that was done. It felt so rushed at the end. And then Braun sprinted 80 yards to go and spear Seth again. So much so, when he made it to the 70-yard mark, you can look at the GIF on his face. Go back and watch the video. Maybe I'll throw in a GIF here in the edit. Where this dude is absolutely gassed to finally connect on a spear that barely connected there to put down Seth. And we know that there's going to be building towards Braun versus Seth, which I don't mind. I don't have a problem with Gunther winning the match. It just felt like the ending of that match got rushed. And this is WrestleMania. You should never feel as if matches are rushed at WrestleMania. Now, we have 2 matches left in the show, right? I believe at this particular point, here comes John Cena, the host of WrestleMania. Might I add, can we do away with the host? Because what this
first part of the night, and it wasn't about the attendance, it was about
Congratulations! Oh my God.
Man, what the fuck going on, man? What the fuck going on, man? Bianca Belair is pregnant. Bianca Belair is pregnant. This is not a trick. She is pregnant. She has announced she is pregnant.
Congratulations! Oh my God. Congratulations! Oh my God.
I had to go wipe tears out my eyes. I gotta accept the fate that I can't hate the player. I can't hate the player. Shout out to Montez Ford. I can't hate on you, brother. You got to it first, but still though. You ain't have to do that. Don't you think having her was already enough? My nigga, having her was already enough. You had to pull the death move though.
Congratulations! Oh my God. Move this man!
This nigga locked in, bro. I hate you, nigga. I hate you. This nigga locked in and got Bianca up out of here, cuz damn.
Bruh. Congratulations! Oh my God.
I can't be mad though. Yes, I can.
Pull up in front of my house. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to pull up in front of my house. Pull up in front of the motherfucking precinct and let's bang out. Right down the block. You know where it's at. You studied my whole neighborhood. Or pull up in front of the Kmart and let's bang out and let's do it on camera. I throw my life away and you throw your life away right now. Right now. Let's do it for the camera. Right now. And if you win, I'll make sure I got like $70,000 in my pocket. If you body me, you can take the money. Right now. I hate you, nigga. Let's die.
Grandpa life insurance cancel. I hope you throw a party. I'ma crash. I hope you know I really hate your family. I hope your kids end up just like me without a daddy. I hope for Halloween they give them pills that look like candy.
Bitch, I hope you crash head first into a bus full of retarded children. Your car catch on fire from the fluid from the power. I hope you never find out who your baby for. And I hope you know I'm serious. I can't make this up. Bitch, I hope your brother fuck your sister and get her pregnant. Bitch, I might just post a couple pictures of you naked. Bitch, I hope you wake up and your fucking dog die. Bitch, I hope your brother get his head bust on live.
I wish the worst for this nigga. No WWE championship. None. You get nothing. Like it. God damn it. Go shoot the club up, nigga. I mean, you already had her. I knew it ain't no choice. It ain't no chance of me getting. You got her, but at the same time, brother, you ain't had to pull the death move, bro. You ain't had to seal her fate, bro. You could still. You ain't had to do all that, bro.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
What does the host do? Welcome to WrestleMania. We don't need to be welcome. We know exactly why we're here. Stop opening up the doggone show. Talk about now as a culmination. Get ready for a spectacular showcase of athleticism. This is why we're here. Triple H, this is what we do. Nobody gives a fuck. Start the goddamn matches. Ring the bell. We know why we're here. He comes out here to announce the attendance record. Yay. That's what hosts do, right?
That attendance record was low as fuck. 10,000 lower than last year. It was at 60,000 last year. This year they had 50,000. A lot of y'all niggas that was anti-WWE, they're anti-consumer. I'm not going. A lot of y'all niggas sold out. I'm ashamed of a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all content creators that was talking all that yin yang and still went to the show anyway. Talk about, I'm going to night 2, y'all. I'm going to night 2. All right, bet. Posting vlogs and shit saying, I wasn't going to give in, but I still had to go. This is, at this point, bro, TKO pretty much controls y'all. This was the one time where we could have stood up against TKO. We did it against Vince. When Vince was on that bullshit, we walked. We said we not showing up. We not participating. Good luck, brother. For some odd reason, y'all motherfuckers have no control now. When it was Vince, we had control. But but now that we here with it, y'all niggas have no control. Y'all still going to these fucking shows. Y'all still, why would you show up for WrestleMania? WrestleMania is the biggest biggest statement we could have made. If they did 30,000, 20,000, shit, 10,000, we would have won the battle. And TKO would have had to bow down to us. Without us, you have no show. And we'll prove it to you, especially at WrestleMania. We're willing to sacrifice WrestleMania for ticket prices. But no. Let's give in, guys. It's WrestleMania. They put it down fair enough. No, they didn't, bro. I saw what the tickets were for WrestleMania 39. Them shits was only $100, bro. Shit was only $87 for both nights. In the nosebleeds. Not even in the nosebleeds, in the middle. Tickets was cheap. And y'all folded. Giving them 50,000. So basically, only because they 10,000 off, they damn near still met their goal. Y'all niggas, yeah, it's time to accept the fact that TKO is in control, bro. Because you niggas have no self-control. You niggas don't want to stand up. I hate all y'all. I hope all y'all get stuck in Las Vegas because there ain't no TSA workers right now. I hope all y'all get stuck in Vegas for being stupid. Hope your plane get bombed. I hope your plane get bombed by Iran. Fuck y'all. Fucking sellouts.
Why would we be excited for John Cena hosting WrestleMania if all he's going to do is welcome you to the show, announce, WrestleMania? We had no backstage segments whatsoever. None. No interactions, no surprise pop-ups, nothing. Bianca Belair makes a surprise appearance. We were waiting on this, and lo and behold, all of the speculation throughout all the months of her being out, of course, with a busted knuckle. There was no denying that the knuckle was absolutely fucked up. But in the time between, there seems as if there was a bit of carnal knowledge that was performed between her and her husband. And the swimmers were successful in their pursuit of Bianca Belair's womb, because they made their way through the fallopian tubes, and Montez's swimmers have landed inside of Bianca Belair to where she is now pregnant. So congratulations to Bianca Belair. You can tell that she was pregnant because they had the pregnancy on face. She was completely winded when she made her way to the ring. In the moment that she wasn't skipping, I already knew something was afoot. But nonetheless, congratulations to Bianca Belair. We're all happy about that. It should have been.
Hell no. Hell no. We all are not happy. Hell no. Hell no. I'm upset. I am irate. But still, though.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
Take my.
I say goodbye.
Y'all got it. I got it from here. Montez, you got it from here, brother.
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
Congratulations! Oh my God.
Y'all better stop and get it together. Now, the two title matches. Liv Morgan, Stephanie Vaquer. Liv Morgan performs her trash music video.
Oh my God, that shit
and
was
makes
trash.
her way down.
Hey, let's talk about it, bro. That was a trash ass song, bro. Please stick with the old one, bro. Please, Liv. I don't know who said you could get on the mic and do that shit, but they lied to you, baby. Go ahead and get up out of here with that bullshit.
Get the fuck up out of here with that bullshit. Get off the motherfucking mic.
Damn. That song was ass, baby. Wrap it up. Your music career, stick to your day job, ma'am. Stick to your day job, because the music game ain't for you, sis.
What they put on your sandwich? Too much goddamn mayonnaise.
Get that shit the fuck out of here.
The ring. Stephanie Vaquer with the trash.
Dog, get the fuck off the airwaves.
Makes her way. Well, beautiful flowers. Try. Made her way down. That's pretty cool. But the OG mad up. But nonetheless, we had a very fast Devil's Kiss movie we all enjoyed watching. And then we sped through the match. Of course, given it's WrestleMania, we can't have Liv win clean. We must have the Judgment Day come and intervene. Here came Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. There was no shocking turn from Raquel, no shocking turn from Roxanne at all. You get an Oblivion that connects on Vicaire. Vicaire kicks out. This is only the second person ever to go and kick out of the Oblivion next to Rhea Ripley. That was a huge moment. It required a big pop. It didn't necessarily get the pop it should have gotten because the crowd was ass all evening long, but the interference ended up working out in the favor of Liv Morgan because she was able to connect on another Oblivion and put away Stephanie Vicaire, ending that 210-day reign as world champion, and Liv Morgan reigned supreme over the Raw women's division. Congratulations.
I'm not gonna lie, that match was ass. Let's be for real. That match was super quick. For the build up to be what it was, for that to be a quick little 5-minute match.
Try.
That was a quick little 5-minute match, and we didn't even get the payoff that we should have got. Raquel comes out. Roxanne and Raquel come out. They cause a distraction. Stephanie get hit with the Oblivion. 1, 2, 3. What the fuck?
Try.
Y'all could have did this on Raw if that was the case. This was a Monday Night Raw S match, bruh. Fuck out of here, bruh. Get this shit the fuck out of here, bruh. This is solid. This worse than the damn Bellas winning the fucking tag team titles, bruh. That shit was worse than that match. That shit was worse than AJ Lee versus Becky, bruh. That shit was worse. Trash. All around trash. F.
Try.
To Liv Morgan, she got the W, but why was a match under 10 minutes? This, of all of the feuds going into WrestleMania, was the most physical, especially in the realm of the women. The only one on the men's side that you could make an argument was as physical, if not more, was Drew and Fatu. Aside from that,
and
Liv on her face. She didn't hide the knot. She didn't hide the black eye. All of that was there, and I love the fact that she did that. But how was this match under 10 minutes? This too felt rough. Because when you take a look at the women's division and the championship matches, this was the one that was the most anticipated, was it not? Of all of them, which they pretty much had very weak feuds because the writing team is absolute.
Bruh, by the time they got through with the entrances, bruh, that match was only 5 minutes long. If you include the entrances, the match was probably about 9 minutes, close to 10. That was probably close to 10. But if you take away the entrances, that was a 5-minute match, bro. It didn't take that long for Raquel and Roxanne to come out there and cause a distraction, bro. Ass. Straight ass.
It felt rushed. How was this under 10 minutes as well? Makes no sense at all. All three of the women's matches, sub 10 minutes. The tag match, I Show Speed, and Division taking on Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, the Usos, and LA Knight. That was under 8 minutes. That was like 7 minutes, 15 some seconds. Felt incredibly rushed. As we're getting ready to enter into the main event, we eclipsed the 3-hour mark. We had less than an hour of wrestling. We had 2 hours. And mind of the entrances in its totality, if you put everything together, at best, you probably had 15 minutes at this particular point. How the fuck we got so much ads? It's Ad Mania. It's not WrestleMania. It's Ad Mania. And here comes the main event.
Yo, the ads was crazy, bro. Sitting through commercials, bro. Not even sitting through the commercials, because the website that I'm on, they don't get the commercials. They just get the "we'll be right back" screen. No interviews, no nothing. It's like WWE can't put no interviews for the people that have ad free on ESPN. You telling me you can't have somebody sitting sidelines and be like, "Hey, we're backstage with such and such. Great match out there tonight. Well, how do you feel about getting the victory tonight?" That would have been dope for the people that got ad free. For the people that got ad free, you just sitting there looking at a screen for literally 7 minutes. It's a 7-minute sit. Like, you're sitting there for 7 minutes. Like, bro, if you need to go take a dookie, make you some food or something like that, at the end of the match, as soon as the match over, you can pretty much go do what you want to do. Be free. As soon as you hear that bullshit, as soon as you hear that music go off and they say, we're back at WrestleMania, now you finna tune back in. Bro, it's finna be sad tomorrow. I'm definitely... I guess I can go do something after each match, I guess. Considering the fact that every match is only about like 8 to 9 minutes long. Barely any 10-minute, 15-minute matches. Like that was probably the worst part about this night one. Like, aside from the shitty quality matches we got, the ads was too much, bro.
Pat McAfee, once again, makes his way down the ramp. Here's my confusion. Friday Night SmackDown last night, we saw McAfee have to sign another contract, if you will, right? No explanation of what was entailed in that particular contract, because McAfee just went around and signed it without looking at it. Nick Aldis was smiling the entire time. I was hoping they were going to revisit that particular moment or maybe expand on what transpired. We got nothing. McAfee made his way down the ramp, hearing all of the boos, flipping everybody off. Then here comes Randy Orton. This man's entrance was longer than the conflict between Israel and Palestine. It took forever for him to make it down to the ring. Finally, he gets inside. Here I thought we were going to have a special novelty entrance for Randy Orton, but no, we didn't get that. It was just regular, traditional Orton entrance that just felt like forever. And then here comes Cody Rhodes, as if he was in a motherfucking Batcave. All of the former gears were put on different Cody Rhodes mannequins. The first tights I wore when I debuted in WWE. Then here I was as dashing Cody Rhodes. This is what I had when I was Stardust. And now it's time for the American Nightmare. Made his way down the ramp wearing a mask for what was the third or maybe fourth consecutive WrestleMania? Okay, cool. Here I thought we'd probably see a little bit of rimlings, or I should say some sort of hint, if you will, towards maybe turning heel, but he does the babyface thing. Here's my daughter Liberty. Look at my mulatto baby. She's gorgeous, isn't she? Nobody's gonna boo a child. Nonetheless, the match, before it can even get started, here comes Pat McAfee hitting Cody Rhodes over the head with the microphone after the introductions, one by Alicia Taylor and then the other one by Pat McAfee introducing Randy Orton. Then, in this exchange, as Orton is beating up Rhodes, and Rhodes is then able to overcome the odds on Orton. Orton leaves the ring, and he catches McAfee with a crossroads. Oh, this was gorgeous. We wanted to see this. We want to see Orton, or I should say Cody, beat the living hell out of Pat McAfee. McAfee's then thrown outside of the ring. Cody Rhodes goes and grabs McAfee, and just when he's getting ready to go and potentially put him through the table, here's big on Jelly Roll. There's the country music star, Jelly Roll. Why is he here? For absolutely no reason. But Pat McAfee seems to be a little bit groggy. He's somewhat disheveled. How about
I didn't care about this part. I'm like, bro, can we just get on with the match? Can we just get on with the match? I get it, bro. Y'all got to get Pat McAfee up out of here. Y'all, I understand. Y'all want to make this a one-on-one match. We could have just had Randy just RKO him and punt him in the head, and we could have had the match right then and there. Because by the end of the match, he fucking RKOs him anyway. Shit is stupid, bro. This was dumb. Once again, Cody Rhodes title WWE title match. Once again, terrible for the second year in a row. We haven't had cinema with Cody Rhodes since WrestleMania 40. Back-to-back ass. I hate to say it, but we've had back-to-back ass with Cody Rhodes. Maybe we shouldn't put the title on Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania if this is the output we're going to be putting out there. I'm just saying.
We put him through a table. Fat Jelly Roll drops that elbow and puts him through the table for what we believe to be enough to eliminate him for the totality of the main event. Jelly Roll just leaves. And this regular one-on-one, no stipulation, match between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton is set to begin. They go throughout the match. Randy is incredibly selling his back, so much so to where I thought, legitimately, he may have re-aggravated the back so much so to where he could probably not even finish the match. So that's a testament to how great Randy Orton is at his job, because legitimately I had concerns if his back was much more fucked up than it actually was. But nonetheless, throughout the match,
it wasn't. It was a work.
You saw the crowd.
That back thing was definitely a work, because if that was the case, that nigga would have not did a superplex off the top rope like he did. Ain't nobody doing a superplex off the top rope when they got a back problem. Yeah, that was definitely a work. I hated the fact that they did that, though. They should have just let them have a solid one-on-one. Maybe Randy is legitimately injured, but they had to sell it as his back. But because the entire match was Cody just beating the shit out of him. And I didn't like that at all. But then when Randy gets it back in blood after the conclusion of the match, that's stupid. You could have did this all during the match, and you could have gave him the title. But no. Let's wait till after the match for him to go fucking RKO this nigga and then punt him in the fucking head. Fuck out of here. Fuck WrestleMania, bro.
Began to boo Cody, right? And furthermore, there was a moment in which Randy got opened up, lacerated, the Peruvian crimson mask. There was blood gushing, maybe not so much gushing, from the forehead, and he had the painted face. Pause. And as that continued to move from there, I said, maybe there could be a potential double turn at one particular point, where maybe Cody starts to use a little bit of unhanded tactics, trying to put away his mentor, but for whatever reason, Randy just will not quit, and the crowd doesn't want to boo Randy, so maybe we might have an opportunity to leverage a little bit of a double turn and utilize the blood the same way that Austin did against Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13. Referee is standing there. Baby Nate, senior referee, he's been around since the late 90s. Randy catches him with a RKO. Oh, it was beautiful, and now we said, it's time to finally get the double turn. There's an eye poke that transpired either slightly before or a little bit after to Cody Rhodes that ended up busting him open, and he was bleeding profusely, might I add. And what do you know? As the referee's down, we're expecting some underhanded tactics to happen immediately. Instead, we get Pat McAfee with a neck brace running down the ramp. I thought we were done with this match. And here's where the confusion comes into play. Randy Orton, who was slotted to be the 15-time champion by way of the involvement of Pat McAfee, who was in his ear to motivate him to listen to the voices in his head, coming down in a referee shirt with an opportunity to screw Cody Rhodes, runs down the ramp, makes his way into the ring. Cody is laid out on the ground after getting caught with a super RKO. Randy goes for the cover. McAfee doesn't do a fast count. In fact, you would argue he does a slow count.
Yeah. He does a normal count.
I thought you were here to ensure that Randy becomes the WWE champion. How don't you go for...
That's what I thought was going to happen. I thought it was going to be a quick 1, 2, 3, we out. No, this nigga does 1, 2. How you going to do a regular count 3? Fuck out of here.
For a fast count makes absolutely no sense. Might I add, speaking of things that made no sense, the women's tag team championship match was a fatal 4-way. Somehow, 4 women were legal at the same time. What was the purpose of having the women tag in? Nikki Bella assaulted Charlotte with the crutch outside the ring as the ref sat there staring as it happened. There was no DQ. There was no sort of...
Because it's a fatal 4-way. There's no DQ in a fatal 4-way. I'm pretty sure those rules still apply, even if it's a tag team match. I'm pretty sure those rules still apply. Fatal 4-way rules apply regardless of if it's a single every man for himself or a tag team or a tag team out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those rules still apply. No DQs in the fatal 4-way.
Involvement to make sure that Charlotte wasn't being accosted by somebody who wasn't in the match, utilizing a foreign object. So if rules don't matter, what's the purpose of having referee? Nonetheless, we're talking about the main event here. Pat McAfee doesn't go for a fast count. He goes for a slow count. Randy Orton seems very frustrated that McAfee wasn't able to go for 3 because Cody Rhodes happened to kick out at 2, and he hits McAfee with an RKO. And slightly before this or slightly after this, I forget when it was, but Randy went for a low blow. I think it was after he took out the referee. Randy went for a low blow on Cody. Cody intercepts it and hits Randy with a low blow. At this point, I thought the heel turn was fixing to be cemented. I said, finally, here we go. We wanted a double turn. We're finally going to get it. We wanted Cody to be heel for the first time in 4, 5, some years. Finally, we have our opportunity. Nope, it's not going to happen. Nope, it's not going to happen. For whatever reason, he's able to go and connect. Randy can't seem to be able to respond. Cody goes and hits a motherfucking crossroads, and that's enough to walk around with the W because as Randy hits McAfee, it happened after the referee. Cody hits McAfee with the RKO, but after he hit McAfee with the RKO, Cody takes advantage and ends up hitting the crossroads on Randy. 1, 2, 3, the match is done. And before Cody can even really celebrate, he then gets hit with the WWE title by Randy Orton, who somehow got off the ground, hits Cody. Cody's on the ground, and now he's like putting the blood through the hair, whatever the case may be, because he's really bleeding heavily right there. Then finally, for the first time in 6 years, Randy connects successfully with a punt kick, and he holds the WWE Championship up, standing tall at the end of WrestleMania, despite the fact that this man just lost. What's the purpose?
That shit didn't make no sense because you could have did that during the match. You really could have did that during the match. You didn't have to do that at the end. You did that after the conclusion of the match. Yeah, let's have him RKO and punt him in the head. No, you could have did that during the match. That could have made it more. If y'all gonna have him run it back again, if y'all gonna keep this feud going for Cody to get his championship back, yeah, let him punt him straight in the fucking skull and RKO him. And then at the end of the match, you could have had him RKO Pat McAfee and punt him in the head as well and say, I never needed you anyway. And holds up the title and does his little pose or whatever. Yeah, we could have did it just like that. That would have made all the sense in the fucking world. But no, we never. Triple K, triple fraud, whatever you want to call him. Ass, straight ass.
Try. You're done. You're washed. It's over.
Of WrestleMania, being the granddaddy of them all, if you're still going to utilize it to go and build towards Backlash. We're supposed to be closing story, albeit we've always had follow-up matches to a degree at WrestleMania, or I should say following WrestleMania at Backlash. But why does it feel like shit's just now beginning, or we have to try different sort of angle? Bro, what was the purpose of this? What was the purpose of this? The main event left you with more questions than you did answers. It left a sour taste in your mouth. I have no problem if Cody messed around and retained. I'm not saying the wrong man won. I thought Randy was going to win, but Cody won. I have no issue with it. But what was the purpose of having Randy go and hit the punt kick at the end of the match? Furthermore, having him go and turn on McAfee. We already knew coming in, okay, the stipulation being if Randy loses, McAfee is then no longer allowed to be in WWE. Well, he said he'll leave WWE. But all that being said, was this enough just to set up McAfee finally leaving? If that was the case, is that necessary for the main event of night one of WrestleMania?
Exactly. Was that necessary to put him in the feud at all?
What are we doing? You could have had the punt kick happen at the beginning of the match. You could have had Cody punt kick Randy Orton, because it seems like we're not going to have Cody turn heel, right? So it seems like we're not going to have Cody turn heel, so you want to keep Randy as a heel. He hits a punt kick at the end of the match. After the match is already done, who's going to go home like, oh shit, business about to pick up? He lost. Just feels ass, bro. The whole thing just feels like it fell completely flat. It didn't feel like WrestleMania. It felt like a regular traditional super show. It felt like one of those novelty. Raw is 3 hours tonight in 2006 or some shit like that, bro. It did not feel like WrestleMania. And above all else, the crowd in Vegas was absolute ass. Absolute ass. There was not energy in the crowd. The crowd at no point got so involved into the match to where you were like, oh my God, yo, this match is a fucking banger. It did not exist. Vegas, I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if folks was drinking, if they lost a whole lot of money gambling, whatever the case just so happened to be, if they got prostitutes waiting for them inside their goddamn hotel rooms, one way or another. The energy in the crowd and the atmosphere simply was not there at all.
I honestly think that a lot of people that are there are people that have either they're celebrities, athletes, or there's just some people that know some people through WWE and TKO that's like, hey, I got my kids, trying to take them, let me get a little discount on the side. It's like, hey, yeah, we got you, man. We're trying to sell these tickets, man. So we're desperate right now, man. You got any other rich friends with kids that would love to come to the show? I don't know about the kid part, but I got some rich friends that'll probably show up. Yeah. Go through your contacts, man. We need more. We need more people, man. We need more people to invest in this, man, because the fans aren't picking up on this. That's what I honestly believe. I believe the first 20,000 tickets were sold to pretty much the upper class, the rich upper class of people. And then I think the 30,000, those were probably the regular schmegular fans who were probably all the way up in the stands with the cheap seats, bro. Because I'm pretty sure to be at front row and in the middle, yeah, you got to have money. You got to have money. The way how TKO has set that shit up, bro, you got to have money. I wouldn't be surprised if it was nothing but content creators and all the motherfuckers there. Other than that, though, man, yeah, I don't think so
at all. And then second, from a viewer's perspective, watching on the second screen, the sheer amount of ads, because when the show officially ended, I know the pre-show is still going on right now, getting ready to end momentarily, but when the show officially ended, it was 3 hours and 55
But that's probably what played a big role too, was the ads. I'm pretty sure the ads played a big role. The downtime played a big role in these matches, and it's like you can't even get into them. And I mean, to be fair, these matches were ass. They were quick, they were ass. And then you're sitting there with a bunch of downtime, like, what the fuck am I here for? What is this show? Why am I here? If that was the case, I could have sat at home and did this. Like, bro, there's too much downtime. This is WrestleMania. Let's get to the fucking wrestling. But no, this is TKO's WWE. This is what they perceive as good quality content, giving you a whole bunch of ads and giving the people and not thinking about the people that's there with all that downtime. Like, if you want the show to be good, make the matches longer, less downtime. Let's go. You get the fans more interested because it's like, oh shit, here come the next match. They didn't even give the crowd enough time to cook or to really like invest into the match, because it's wham bam, thank you ma'am, next. Like, we're sitting through the entrances and then about 5 to 6, 7 minutes of fucking of the match of action. Like, it was ass, bro. Let's just call it for what it. Let's just call it for what it is.
5 some minutes from when it started at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, ended at 9:55 Eastern Standard Time. Go and add up all of the times of the match. It's a 3-hour, 55-minute program. At best, you got an hour and 30 minutes of match. 2.5 hours of advertising. I've had enough.
Enough is enough. I've had it up to here. This bullshit has got to stop. Enough is enough. And it's going to stop. Right. Things are going to have to change around here.
You have had enough. I understand folks get a shit ton of money for ad spots, but this is getting ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's not even WrestleMania no more. It's Ad Mania. These motherfuckers is treating it like commercials during the goddamn Super Bowl. But at least during the Super Bowl, you know damn well if these dudes ain't going out of bounds, or I shouldn't even say out of bounds, if there ain't no injury that's happening, or you got lengthy drives, you at least going to be having enough time to go and digest the fucking game. You couldn't even really digest the goddamn matches because the matches felt so incredibly quick and the ads felt never ending. I keep trying to convince myself it was a decent or a mid-night one. This was absolute ass.
Trash.
I'm so disappointed. And you already knew from WrestleMania it was an incredibly weak build. This was a weaker build than last year. But on paper, the matches seemed like they can come out and deliver. And for whatever reason, they felt incredibly rushed. And it didn't feel as if it reached the apex that you thought it would reach for a WrestleMania. So from where I'm feeling right now, this feels very, very much like WrestleMania 34, which was ass from opening bell to closing bell. And what was the point? I'm a patient person. I can say, yo, I'll wait on seeing what the pay-per-view, I should say what the story is going to ultimately manifest and become, but I'm not going to use WrestleMania to build a SummerSlam. That don't make no sense to me. Yeah, let's use the Super Bowl to build to a Thanksgiving game. It just doesn't make sense to me. And the main event was hijacked by the involvement of celebrity. When you already had Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton in a 20-year history that already writes itself, and it feels like Randy was a second act to Pat McAfee.
Exactly.
And now, at the end of the match, now we get Orton operating like the Orton we thought he was going to operate like. But we had to wait till WrestleMania to get this Orton because we hadn't gotten this Orton between now and when he turned on Cody. But it has to happen post-match. Because once Orton took out the referee and then attempted to go for the low blow, Cody countered, got him with the low blow there. McAfee comes down, messes around, doesn't get the counter right. Or
he must have think we forgot about 09 Randy Orton. That's what they think. They think we forgot about 09 Randy Orton. 09 Randy Orton, we ain't never forget that. We know what that man capable of. He don't need no Pat McAfee. 09 Randy Orton in itself can sell you on a fucking match. Even if that shit turned out to be a dud like it was at WrestleMania 25 with him and Triple H. Still, he could still tell you a fucking story, but my God, they dropped the ball so bad on this one. You telling me you couldn't have put Pat McAfee in a feud with... I could see it with Brock Lesnar and Obafemi, you want to add him in there, but the fucking match that writes itself, you throw Pat McAfee in there, a story that writes itself. maybe you could have did this with CM Punk and Roman. Maybe it makes sense for maybe. I don't know. Maybe you make him the heelish dickhead commentator for this time around, and he does. Man, they really ruined a story that was going to write itself. The story wrote itself. It didn't need any inclusions. Just let Cody and Randy go at it. Like I said before, it started off good when you turn Randy straight heel. He's the straight up heel in it. He beat the shit out of Cody, made him bleed, took his shirt off, knocked his shoe off his feet, beat the fuck out that man. You let them go to war. You turn it into a bloodbath. The story wrote itself. Nah, let's include Pat McAfee. What the fuck? Get TKO out of here, bro.
Say the count right for the damn pin. He ends up eating an RKO, and then boom, crossroads, you lose, go home. Instead, you finally get the doggone punt kick. It feels like you're utilizing the biggest goddamn show to build to something else, and I don't like it. Nonetheless, I feel like the match, or I should say overall the show, like I said previously, was ass. And I'm hoping that they're able to recover. Because if this is the same feeling I'm going to feel post WrestleMania Night 2, I ain't gonna hold you. It's gonna be feeling a lot like wrestling in between 2009 going into, finally reaching that summer of Punk in 2011. You only got a couple of reasons why you would go and tune in. I'm watching clips rather than watching the full-on show because this was terrible. This was terrible. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about Night 1. But overall, I am.
Anyway, so that's just gonna about do it for this one, most definitely. Damn, we went an hour. I mean, for me, like I said, well, to rate the Randy and CM Punk match,
Try.
I said CM Punk Cody match.
Try.
I'm gonna give that shit a solid. I'm gonna give that shit a solid D, bro. Solid D.
Try.
And for Night 1 overall, I give it a F.
Try.
I'm giving Night 1 a fucking F. Even though Gunther and Seth was good, that ending.
Try.
And then the Jacob Fatu match didn't really live up to the hype that we were thinking of. We were thinking of what CM Punk and Drew did in that Hell in the Cell match a couple of years ago. I was expecting that. I was expecting a bloodbath between them two because it made all the sense. They make perfect for that, but it was just your regular schmegular no DQ match and people going through tables and stuff like that, getting hit upside the head with toolboxes. All right, cool. They ain't take it where we thought they was gonna take it. So as good as those two matches were, still.
Try.
Night 1 is a fucking dud. Hopefully, Night 2 can do what it did last year at WrestleMania, where Night 1 was ass. Night 2 picked it up like a motherfucker. They got to come out the gate swinging for Night 2. Because what they did last year, starting it off with Io, Bianca, and Rhea, and that being the best match of the whole fucking WrestleMania. The whole WrestleMania. Night 1, Night 2. We put all the matches together. Bianca versus Io versus Rhea was the best match from last year. Hands down. It wasn't even close. Nobody was coming close to that. If Night 2 has to start off with a banger, I think Oba and Brock are if Brock and Oba is the first match, they gotta go crazy. You gotta let them go crazy, bro. Gotta let it live up to the hype. Gotta let them go crazy, bro. It's the only way. It's the only way you can save Night 2. Start off with Brock and Oba Femi. Let them go crazy. And Oba Femi better win. Because if not, Triple H, you made your bed, brother. I'm not playing Triple K. You're not beating them allegations. Just remember, the same treatment we give Hulk Hogan over here, we'll give it to you too.